Writers, did you read the fable last week, The Crow and the Pitcher? And because it was a fable, it had a moral or a lesson that it taught us. We were having a discussion about that in my classroom when one of my students chimed in that they were learning some lessons in the book Pinky and Rex as well. And that got me thinking. We could also look at our books and write opinions about the lessons we were learning. We spend a lot of time paying attention to the character and the problem in stories, but many of our books also can teach us a lesson, and that's something you can have an opinion about as well. Let's take a look right now at Pinky and Rex and see if we can come up with some lessons that that book is teaching us. Let's give this a try with Pinky and Rex and the Bully. I'll retell a bit of what happens in the story, and you ask yourself, what lesson does this book teach? Are you ready? Okay. In the beginning of the book, Kevin knocks Pinky off his bike and calls him a sissy. Pinky tries to defend himself, but Kevin is just too mean. And then in another part of the story, Pinky was having lemonade and cookies with Mrs. Morgan and Rex, but he was distracted and worried the whole time and really not paying attention to the conversation. And then another part of the story we see right here. The next day after the cookies and lemonade, Kevin called Pinky a sissy again, and Pinky started to get very unsure of himself. He decided that maybe he shouldn't like the color pink anymore. He also decided it might not be a good idea to have Rex, a girl, as a best friend. What lessons is this book teaching us so far? What are we learning? Your teacher's going to pause the video now, and I want you to talk either with a partner or in a class discussion about what lessons you're learning from this book. I'm not sure what you came up with in your class, but here are a few ideas from my class. We talked about that one lesson we're learning is that bullies can be mean for no reason. We talked about that it can be embarrassing when a bully attacks you. It can be difficult to talk about. We've talked about how bullies can make you unsure of yourself, how they make you lose your confidence and belief in yourself, and that you should be able to like any color you want. Writers, today I want you to think about, as you're writing new opinions, that what kind of lesson am I learning in my book? What can I take away from my book that I could write an opinion about and share with others? Not every book lends itself to learning a lesson, but many of them do. Today and everyday writers, as you read, think about not only the characters, not only the problem, not only the setting, but we're going to add this idea of lessons learned from our book to our chart. It's one more idea about which you can write. Let's get busy writing.